You're playing with Sumail, what?
Oh shit! The real survey?
Yeah.
Yeah, so in general, my problem with support,
Yeah.
because I've been playing care for a long time, I'm trying to learn new roles. I consider myself a real support player, and I have kind of good win rate on CM, but I feel like I don't know what I'm doing really.
Is the
In general,
problem on the laning stage later on, or just like overall?
I think I lack a plan. Let's see, I had some notes here. I feel like sometimes, like in this game we won and we were ahead. Maybe I did something so that we have a good start of the game. I do that sometimes. So like certain like instincts or feeling, like knowing how to play a decent lane, I know, but I also die a lot in lane and I die a lot throughout. So I think I die too much. I need to kind of practice something instead of just going on feeling all the time.
Yeah.
And I sometimes like die in lane not because I'm doing something bad, but because I prioritize the wrong thing. So like I try to always cast my Crystal Nova on both of them, or getting the shield and hitting it on both of them instead of just maybe at that time maybe I need to think more about my positioning or something else.
Yeah, I get it. That might be a problem sometimes, yes. Are
And
you playing
sometimes
4 or
in
5
map,
here?
sorry,
Are you playing 4 or 5?
5.
Okay, go ahead.
Sometimes I also like move around the map in weird ways or miss a kill because I just don't know what to prioritize.
Okay, I see that. Mm, you have carry Drow and your mid is SF, right? And then you have Axe.
Yes.
Okay, this is gonna be interesting actually. Because this kind of game is actually very easy to plan, you know. Because some games there are like heroes that are very hard to play around and plan around. This game is quite easy for me to just realize what has to be happening there for us to win the game, right?
Okay.
Because looking at the lineups, I have to guess that it's sniper mid, I guess, and then okay. But my lane is going to look like this. I'm assuming it's gonna be either Doom or man kicking carry.
Hmm.
It's actually very random. No. I mean, for the offlane, it could be Omni Knight with Weaver, right? I have no idea what's happening
Since
there.
Doom died up there, maybe Doom is carry and
Yeah, but the lane is like whatever. In
yeah.
most cases right now, as starting items, as support, you get to buy a magic stick. Unless obviously enemies don't cast spells, right? Because back then, like a half year ago, there was an option to get either a windlace or a stick. And then just like obviously some stats. Right now, then the stick, sorry, the windlace is nerfed so much that it's actually pointless to buy it.
Yes.
So it's between the stick or just the stats, like a circlet, right? But I would say in 80% of the matches, you want the stick early on, anyways. 80%. So it's like a safe choice, I would say. Especially if you don't know what's happening on your lane. Maybe there's not a lot of spells, but it's a safe choice. But what I'm talking about, the plan for the game is that the Axe needs to get Blink, and then you're supposed to play with Axe after he gets
Sure.
the Blink.
I understand that much. I don't know if I did at this game, but I in theory understand that. Yes.
Yeah. So, as for the start, you have a very strong lane with CM and Drow. You secure the lane. Hopefully, the Axe gets a decent lane. If he doesn't, you can stack for him a bit. And then you play towards the rune because SF with runes can do a lot on the map. And then after you secure like 3 runes, hopefully your Axe has a blink, and then you play with the Axe. And then Drow gets a lot of space, right?
Okay. So
That's the
let's
easy
take this.
plan.
Can you say that again? The part I'm supposed to stack for Axe, like so he gets his
I
timings
mean,
right.
you don't have to
If he
stack.
if he needs it.
Yeah, if he needs it. Sometimes your Axe is gonna just like win the lane so hard, it doesn't really matter. You don't need to stack for it. He's gonna
Yes,
be
and then
fine
you
just giving creeps, right?
yes, sure. And then you said that I should what secure runes for Shadowfiend? What did you
Yeah.
say?
So I'm talking about this in most of the videos I'm making, but I'll just tell you that the easiest way to win the game, usually, that's not always the case, but the usual way is to have your carry to have a good game. And how you guarantee that? You usually, that's always like, there's ifs and buts, right? But
Sure.
usually, if your mid laner has a good start, he's gonna snowball the game, and then your carry has the space to farm. So that means if you have a good start on the lane, you're allowed to leave the lane to secure the mid's game. And if you secure like 3 runes and he gets like 3 kills out of 3 runes, that means at 10 minutes or 12 minutes, he's gonna be the strongest hero on the map. That means wherever he goes, he's gonna be able to either kill people or deny people from being there.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, and that's the easiest way. That's the plan you can have in like 70% of the games. Sometimes it's obviously different. Sometimes you have a carry like Ursa, let's say. And that means the Ursa hero wants to kill people. So usually what that means is you staying on the bot lane, whichever, I mean the safe lane that you are playing 5 for, is this easy way to snowball your carry by just being there and being the +1 he needs for kills, right?
Sure. I do that sometimes if I
Yeah.
see the carry
And
has
it's
that
perfectly
potential.
fine to not rotate as 5 in that case. But sometimes you're gonna have a carry that doesn't really want to do anything on this lane other than farming. Then how do you get him space? If a carry is a hero that wants to farm, he doesn't enjoy having 2 heroes in his lane usually, right?
Sure.
So then, if you rotate away from this lane, you're actually forcing people to react to other lanes. So that's how usually Dota works. If you show up somewhere, some people will help the other person, right? Like
Sure.
TP there and just try to help. And so basically that means if you have a carry that wants to kill people, it's better for you to stay in this lane usually. And if it's a hero that wants to farm, it's better to rotate away. And in the mid game, you usually want to play away from the carry so he gets to finish his timing, whatever it is. Even if it's Ursa, if you give him a good start and he has 5 kills, you don't really need to sit with him every time because he's gonna be able to sit there and just like kill people alone. And then if they show up more heroes, you can always TP back to his lane.
Okay. So after the lane is gone, I would say I'm decent at actually moving away from him after giving him a ward, so it's safe. But I think the problem is I didn't quite know what to do. So if I in the future think about enabling my mid laner and to secure the runes, that seems to make sense.
Yeah. So basically, if you have at least one mid laner that uses the runes, whether that's on your side or enemy side, it's very important for you to have at least one hero that is securing the rune. Because the rune is like worth 300 gold. Let's assume that. It's obviously a number out of my ass, but it doesn't matter.
Yes.
And if it's 300 gold and you secure it, that means you get 300 gold or your teammate and enemy don't get it. So it's like the same with Tormentor, right? It's very important for you to secure the rune for 2 reasons. You get it and enemy doesn't. And versus some heroes, the rune is like actually everything. So imagine this. Storm Spirit gets a rune at 6 minutes, and it's a regen, haste, arcane, whatever it is, right? And then you play side lanes anywhere. That means this Storm is able to TP to the lane and just get double kill every time. Every time he thinks it's a good idea, he's gonna TP there and just get 2 kills. Because he's level 6, you're level 3, your core is level 4. Like, it's gonna happen, right? So it's very important for you to make sure this enemy Storm doesn't get the rune. So you get to play the game like in a normal way. But that's just the start. Like, we're talking about the game state overall, but let's watch this game first and then see what's the problem for you.
I think everything is the problem for me on support. But
I would just say that usually, I mean, in most cases, I don't think there's a scenario that you don't want branches in your inventory. I would much rather have 1 tango and 2 branches than 3 tangos. Than 6 tangos, sorry.
I'll pretend I didn't enjoy this.
The first ops is usually used on the bounty runes. Like this
Okay.
ward doesn't give you anything really, and it's
Got
able
it.
to get dewarded if they place a sentry in a way that it dewards their camp.
So, like, I never even have an observe ward at this point. You're saying?
I don't really like observer wards on the lane, honestly.
Sure.
Yeah, there are scenarios that they are good. It obviously helps you against certain heroes like a patch, let's say. Or when you're playing a Wind Ranger and there's a Morphling in enemy team, or any hero that is gonna get harassed, then it's okay to place it. But in most cases, this ward is giving you not enough information for the risk that you get is gonna get dewarded, right? Because one sentry there and it's gonna get dewarded.
That's very fair.
I need to watch this first again. Oh, wait. I don't think you should allow him to do that. Just like this. I'll show you. Playing like this, you see the monkeys rotating towards the left side, right?
Mm-hmm.
This lane is obviously pushing, right?
Yes, I should stand and mess with Monkey instead.
Yeah. Right now, you see this monkey, you just run towards him and just like hit him over and over.
I think that's one of the example of me not coming into the game with a clear plan, because if I had a plan, I would probably know that, oh, he's gonna be around our whole camp at the first minute.
Yeah, because I don't think you can stop him. But
yeah, I can do some damage.
Right now, what you've done here is nothing, basically. And here
Yeah,
you
I
can
know.
do like 200-300 damage to him, right?
Yeah. That makes sense. I should write that down. I mean, I do that sometimes, but like quite often, but it's one of those examples where I do it on feeling instead of having it.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. It's completely normal, you know. You can check the cam, but it's likely he's blocked it with. Okay, never mind. Nice. If I have anything to say, I'll just say it, right? So if I'm not talking, I'm perfectly fine with whatever you're doing. Yeah, perfect, perfect. That's exactly what you need to do.
Mm. So, what do you think about the Basilius?
I don't know if you like it. You're gonna have arcanes on Rubik, right? And you're CM. You really like having Tranquil Boots, right?
That makes sense. Because I think it's... Oh, I'm gonna die here, I think. I think that's because I'm stuck in this idea that I'm just cast Crystal Nova every time. That's like my plan. Because I like the damage and the shit it does, but if I get a faster boots instead, that's probably better, I guess.
Is
You
there
don't
any
think?
reason why this camp is unblocked though?
Uh,
Did they unblock it or just didn't block it?
I don't remember, but I think my idea is, and you can tell me if it's wrong, is that um, again, my only plan with Crystal Maiden is I cast my Nova all the time, so then the lane pushes, and then hopefully I can use their like if the lane pushes enough, then they can pull.
Okay, so I'll just tell you that. How do you need to think about your lane, right? Your double range against double melee. That gives you a huge advantage, right?
Yes, yes.
And what does that mean for you? You want to play on your lane as much as
Yes.
possible.
Yes.
Because if you're playing on the lane, you're allowed to hit the whoever is trying to last hit. In this case, Omni Knight, but even the Monkey King, right?
Mm.
But they are not allowed to hit you because you have double slow. Like every time they hit you, it's your fault, basically. Other than the Monkey Stun, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to play on the lane a lot, and that's usually the case with the range heroes as supports,
Yes.
right? Then you want to make sure you play most of the time on the lane. And that means you don't allow enemies to do any stupid shit they are trying to do, which is pulling, dragging wave. Even this camp doesn't really matter for you. I'll be honest with you. So it's way more important for enemies to not have this camp than to have this for yourself. Because first of all, it's a big camp, right? So it's way better for killing the creeps than the small camp. That's the first thing. The second thing is you benefit from playing the lane. This allows them to not play the lane, basically. And you're not like strong enough for you to farm this. If you have a gyro, then it's completely different. It allows you to farm way better, right? So you can think about leaving this camp. But then I would say for the early 3-4 minutes, it's way more efficient for you to have this blocked and just let gyro farm there and not let them have this camp. So
Could you? I keep going.
no, go ahead.
What I mean is like, we just supposed to stand like in the middle of the lane, farming as much as possible, never letting them pull, and right click them whenever there's out of position, or right click them as much as possible. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I mean they will be out of position. They are playing double melee against double range.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
especially versus Drow, this hero doesn't care about creep aggro, right? Because she can
Yeah.
orb walk. So she can just like run into the wave and harass enemies and she doesn't get aggroed, right?
Yeah.
So it's really important for you just play on the lane. Like even if the lane is like here, it doesn't really matter for you. Because you know there's a gradient, right? So I was talking about this in a video. So the gradient is like this. If you have the lane here, it's 10 out of 10 for you, but it's 1 out of 10 for the enemies, right? But in your case, you don't really care if it's 5 out of 5, because in the end, it's still like 2 range against 2 melees. So you have still a huge advantage. Obviously, if it's there, it's bad at this point of the game, right? Because they can run you down eventually, they can rotate and all the shit. But you don't care if the wave is here. So this camp is not that important for you. This camp is way more important. And I would say that obviously, if you try to block this guy only job, if I was coaching him and you block this guy's only job is to unblock this camp.
Okay.
Because in the end, like let's imagine this. He doesn't have this camp, but enemies have this. He doesn't need to worry about this. Why? Because if you come here, you can, as Monkey King obviously, you can farm this camp. And this gives you place to not be on the lane. As a melee position 4, you don't really want to play the lane, because in most cases you're useless. So
Yes.
in cases like Monkey King, all you want to do is just like get level 2, roam, kill couriers, maybe contest the pull camps, but you don't want to lane. As a range hero, however, you want to lane a lot. So it's your job to secure the wave in the lane in a way that you get to play in the lane most of the time. So
And this is a general thing, not just with Drow.
yeah, I mean it's mostly tied to your hero as a range hero. So if you ever have a case that you have more range heroes than enemy does, in this case it's like obviously 2 melee versus 2 range, so it's very obvious, right? But in most cases, if you have more range heroes on the lane, that means you want really to play on the lane, because you get easier way harassing heroes. On the other hand, if you have like double melee against double range, that means you want to spend as much time as possible away from the lane and just like doing those random shit like pulling aggro, pulling creeps, pulling aggro like towards your range creep, pulling this kind of creeps, roaming, securing 4-minute rune as a melee hero, right? Range hero, you play the lane. That's your goal.
But I'm imagining when I'm playing CM and I'm playing in the safe lane, most usually we will have at least the same amount of range heroes as the enemies.
Most likely, yeah. It's possible that they have double range, right? It's possible.
Yeah, it's possible.
Then you really want to have this camp, because the way you think about it, most range heroes are slower than the melee heroes, right?
Yes.
That's the advantage. So every time you pull the camp here and it's against range hero, he takes like 1 second more. It takes him 1 second more to reach the camp, and then maybe you get to deny 1 creep more in that time. But that's like getting into the details. The most important part for you to remember is if you have more range heroes, it's important for you to play on the lane. That's it. That's the easy part, right? We can get into details, and I could talk about 15 minutes, but it doesn't really matter.
No, I think since my understanding of support is so poor, I think it's good just to explain the basics.
Yeah,
for me.
but that you get the gist of it, right?
Sure, I understand now.
You get to hit people more, and that's what you really want to do as support. If you get to hit people, you're gonna win MMR. That's very simple in the laning stage. And obviously, I'm gonna just mention that. So if this camp is blocked, you don't need to worry about it, right?
Yes.
So that means you can go for the Lotus.
Yes.
Obviously, if they have double hero that cannot farm on the wave, you cannot go for the Lotus.
Sure.
Right? Because that's what they wanna do. We were talking about it. They don't wanna play in the lane. So they are strong when it comes to Lotus fight.
Sure.
If they are like full HP, you cannot contest it. But that's the trade-off. Obviously, you don't get the Lotus, but then you used to harass them so much, this Lotus doesn't change much, because they are low HP and they need to use it immediately to just have a chance to go to the lane. But it's not like you're playing against 15k MMR players, so if you have this blocked, there's a high chance you just get the Lotus for free. And they will just forget it. This is decent, by the way. Like, you drag them away from the lane. That's completely fine.
Yeah, but it's still an effect of something that potentially could have gone bad because I hadn't planned with their pull.
Yeah.
So the fact that the lane pushes, if I use a lot of Crystal Nova on the wave and on them, that's not a problem.
So the way I'm thinking about it, if I'm playing Sim, I don't play this hero much, but I think there's like 3 things you can hit with Nova, right? There's double hero, and there's range creep. If you can secure 2 of them, that's perfectly fine. So you can like, if there's a range creep that you can secure and there's a 1 hero that you can hit, go for it. If there's double hero you can hit and you don't secure the range creep, as long as you don't like grief it by, you know, putting it just outside the deny range, so they just get to deny it, right? Sure. Then it's perfectly fine for you to use the Nova as well.
And the lane pushes and we're closer to the tower, that's not a problem.
Yeah, because you control the camps, right? This camp is blocked and you can still farm there. As long as they are low, like this shouldn't happen. You should not allow this guy to just come close to you. Yeah. You lose so much HP, right?
Yes.
So in this kind of game, if I'm playing against melee heroes, that's usually the case as well. If you play against melee heroes a lot, especially the supports on the lane, I would much rather have boots early on.
Yeah.
Because
Me
this
too in this
kites them, right?
situation. Yeah.
And the Basi is like, you don't use enough mana for it to have impact on the lane.
Yeah.
So maybe you
I
have
can-
a Bristle that is not going for the arcane boots as
Uh-huh.
position 1. Then maybe it makes sense. Because he uses mana a lot, but Drow doesn't.
Yeah.
She uses some mana, but not a big amount of it. And you still have aura, right?
Yes.
Um,
Isn't that just an effect of me pulling there?
yeah, I'm about to try to find it out. Yeah, I don't think you should pull there. There's no scenario it helps you, honestly. Because the wave is coming under the tower, right?
Yeah.
So enemies are likely to be there in this area anyway. So it's not like you're denying experience from them.
Yeah. I don't know why I pulled.
Yeah. Because I'm watching this game. You have double range against double melee. And then you're losing the lane. Like, so far, when you look at the state of the game, right? They have double melee heroes. They are not supposed to get like a lot of farm. Maybe you denied some creeps, right? But on the other hand, they have 3 kills right now. They are perfectly fine with levels. They have big camp stacks. So every time they won, they just deny full wave right now.
Yes.
So this lane, you left it in a very bad spot. A
I
very
agree.
bad spot so far. Yeah, nice pull, bro. He's right. He's right. I mean, what can you do, right? Because obviously this might pay off. I mean, this might pay off, right? But you're playing in a bracket. So sorry, what is your MMR?
I'm like low 6k.
But these people already realize that. Like,
Yes.
they have double melee, and they see a huge wave, and they realize that they can dive. Like, they have glyph and all this shit, right? It's very easy and convenient for them to dive as well.
Yes.
And there is a battle for you. So, imagine this. You want to leave the lane right now. But if you leave the lane, this row is completely fucked. Because this monkey might, or even Omni Knight, right? He just pulls the lane and just farms it. And just stays on this side.
So wait, that's another reason to always keep their pull blocks, so that even if the lane is already in a good spot for like right now, that allows me to leave the lane.
Yeah, I mean, you want to leave if you play position 5, if you want to leave the lane, you need to make sure your carry is in a good spot, because that's
Yeah,
your
that
win
makes
condition
sense.
in most cases,
Yeah.
right? So if you play position 4, it's kind of different. You usually want to leave the lane in a good spot, obviously, but it's not that important, because
Yeah.
if you leave your 3, who's like 3 in priority, you help other cores, which is position 2 and position 1. So if you can count, they are more important, right? But for you, the 1 is the most important hero in the game. So you leaving him in a bad spot, even if you secure the mid rune right now, that means this draw, I can guarantee you, if you leave the lane right now, she's dying. She might be dying even right now. But even if she's not dying for some reason, this allows them to just deny full wave.
Yeah.
So you left this open, you didn't win the lane hard enough. So this being open is fine, as long as your draw is like level 5 and has 3 kills. Then she's able to just come here and just kill the camp, right? If they pull it. But right now you're not allowed to leave the lane, because you lost it, basically. You lost the lane, and if you leave the lane, this draw dies. And even if you don't leave, they can do whatever you want. This is what you're supposed to do from like second minute. Just kite them a lot, kite them a lot. I like the choice. You're not leaving for the rune. I don't know if it's the, you know, because default place for supports is to be at the runes at 6 minutes. That's default place. So in most games you wanna leave the lane at 6 minutes. But obviously you need to leave it in a good place, right?
Yeah. I would occasionally go for the rune there, but I don't have it like practiced in my brain yet.
I mean, if you don't have boots and you're playing CM, leaving for the rune is like,
Yeah.
most times it's griefing, right?
Yeah, I would make sure I have all the things I need and that Drow wouldn't die when I leave.
I think 90% of the matches that you're playing position 4, you're supposed to go for the rune. As for position 5, it's mostly the case of if you don't rotate for your rune as position 5, people in your bracket won't realize that. And like
Sure.
30% of the position 4 will go for the rune. Because if you watch the pro games and like high MMR bracket, there's gonna be 5 people at the mid lane, or 6 people, or even 7 sometimes at 6 minutes. That shows how important the rune is. In your bracket, if you don't leave the lane to secure the rune, nobody will. That's the problem. And then it's a coin toss, right? So I would argue at 5 minutes you want to slowly buy your boots and then rotate for the rune, or ask your position 4 to rotate. Double smoke, nice.
Yes.
Double smoke and then you just run in.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, it's still okay. You get the
I was
kill on
worried
the
about
mid
the
lane.
ward, I guess.
Could be way worse. You obviously lose double XP for that, but yeah, you should be happy that the Weaver is not rotating, honestly.
Was maybe I thought I spawned after being dead too late to go for XP or something.
I mean, you went to the mid lane.
Yeah, but if I had TP'd right away to the XP, maybe I would have been too late.
I mean, I would argue your only issue right now is not having boots at 7 minutes.
Sure.
But your movements are fine. It's just the Bassi instead of boots.
Yes.
I would much rather have Clarity, Mango and boots than this Bassi.
I agree.
By the way, I like having, if you're playing against Monkey King 4, it's perfectly fine for you to have a Quelling Blade. Because every time you cut the tree he's sitting on, you're basically getting a kill.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's like, obviously, matchup is the matchup here, right? Just a small tip.
I'll do that.
Oh,
next time I
just
get
like
it.
that, just like that.
Yes, yes.
Perfect. Nice tip. I love it.
That's that's more like he did a mistake than I did a good thing. I
Yeah,
think.
I mean, it still takes for you to realize that you
Sure.
should do that, right?
Sure.
And you can even like start cutting trees at the lane, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
he doesn't get to sit there.
Yeah, I do that against certain heroes like Treant.
And not to mention, it allows you to cut the trees and place sentry like behind the trees, right?
Oh yeah, that's true. And since that's such a big priority, I should consider it for that reason.
I mean, it's not that important versus Monkey King as well, because he can just like fly around, right? And just.
I mean, it's a big priority to think about repel, like we talked about before.
Because yeah, the way you need to think about it is how likely am I going to win the lane if I play the lane? If the answer is like 90%, which in this case it is, I would say, you need to make sure you just play the lane.
Yeah.
If the answer is like 50%, then you need to ask yourself, how do I win it? How do I win it? Like, if I play away from the lane here, and then let's imagine you play a CM, but you have PA level 2, right? Then it's perfectly fine for you to trade with support here on this side. Let's say the Monkey King even, right? Because in the end, the PA can jump in with the blink and just finish this guy off, right? But on the other hand, if it's like you have this Drow Ranger or whatever the hero it is, but enemies have, I don't know, like offlaner that just adds the damage, right? Maybe Axe. Oh, let's put it this way. If enemies have Axe, and then you're trading here and you get W by Axe, then you're fucked, right? So you don't really want to trade on the lane, outside the lane.
Yeah.
So all the questions you need to ask yourself. And then if the answer is like 90% I lose it, you need to ask yourself, how do I make it the lane so I don't play it? Like, I need the pull camps, maybe I drag waves, like, this is getting stupid at this point, right? But maybe I will rotate away from the lane at 4 minutes. I will secure the bounty rune, because I'm useless on the lane anyways, and I will just feed.
I think the way I was thinking about it,
Yeah.
I understand what you're saying now. I think the way I was thinking about it is like pulling is a way to keep the lane in a good place, but that doesn't motivate why I wouldn't block their pull. But that would be a reason to be more at my pull. But I totally see what you're saying. That I just get so much out of standing and right clicking together with my Drow here.
Yeah. I mean, obviously the gradient matters, right? But imagine this. It's 2 minutes in, and you're playing the lane here.
Yeah.
And you just kite them every time. And it
Yeah.
doesn't matter if it's here. Your pull cam doesn't matter. Because in the end, you have double slow. So every time this Omni wants to run in, he's just gonna get slowed. Obviously, that requires you to have a decent understanding of this. But then, every time you see him running, you just kite back, kite back, kite back, kite back. And then you go, when he turns around, you hit him twice. Every time.
What about a hero like Magnus or Pudge? Would I be worried about being too close to the tower?
Yeah, exactly. Then this pull cam matters, and the gradient
okay.
matters. Even if you play against double melee, but it's like a tiny with Magnus, then your position is very important on the lane.
Sure.
The Drow hero is actually a hero that likes gradient having on her side. So,
Sure.
you know what gradient is. I explained it, right?
Yes, I understand it.
So, for the Drow, it's very important. I made a video on the gradient, and the Drow is one example. Another example is Slardar, on the enemy side, obviously. So the lane being here for the Drow is very important, because she can chase people down without drawing aggro. But in this case, she's playing against double melee, so it's not that important. Obviously, it's to some extent it's important, right? But she's allowed to hit people anywhere, right? And then she has a range support, and they have double melee. So the lane being here is completely fine.
Yeah, I also think if I had, I think there were stages earlier where I, especially with those Basilius obviously, but just besides this too, that I was on too much mana. And if I had stayed with her and right-clicked more, I would have been able to use my mana more efficiently.
It's perfectly fine for a hero like CM or Lich to just buy 3 mangos and just use them.
Yeah.
Perfectly fine. And I like the choice you went for the aura level 2. Because sometimes you go for the W, but it's fine. You're not supposed... You can kill people, obviously, right? But you don't need to. If you deny them the gold by just being there and just harassing them hard, that means you don't really need to kill them. Sometimes it's even worse to be alive with 100 HP than just dying. You don't get to reset, right? With certain heroes that cannot jungle, it's actually a very bad play for them to not die in cases like this. Yeah, I don't get why this Weaver doesn't rotate early here. Like every time they had a decent wave coming in, this Weaver should be all over your lane. If I'm Weaver in this game, position 5, I'm 6-0 at this point. Because all you need to do is just portal, use bugs, and just dive.
Sure.
If he doesn't do that, it's fine for you, I guess. So, to some extent, your lane is basically over. Because at this point of the game, they have repel, so your slow don't matter. And then Drow has to farm anyways. Let's switch it up. The Doom is doing perfectly fine. It's Sumail though, so it doesn't matter. Sniper. Okay, Drow is having decent farm, but Axe is poor.
Should I have come bot?
I don't think I like this TP.
Sure. So where, if we pause maybe, where should I be instead? Because I totally see what you're saying with repel, like it kind of makes me useless right now.
Yeah, I was watching it. Wait. The map stage is like this. So the Drow is farming here. She's very low. The SF is farming here. He's close to blink. So that's your first timing of the game, I would say. And then Axe is like this. I would be leaving the base. I'm not TPing anywhere. That's the most important part. Because right now, your TP can save lives.
Yeah.
It's very important. It's very important. Because in this case, so imagine this. Monkey goes there and he doesn't kill the Drow. But he's gonna chase him down. Then you can TP and slow him down or even frostbite, right? But this also is important for the Doom. He doesn't have it. But imagine he's gonna have it in 20 seconds. About 20 seconds, right? If you manage to... If he dooms him, he needs to chase him down. This is Axe. He has a lot of HP, right? Then you TPing there and using the frostbite just completely stops him and wastes the doom. So I wouldn't TP anywhere. I would just go straight to the mid lane, buy smokes. Wait, what? Okay, he's playing for the farm. I mean, I get it, honestly. In this situation, I just wanna... Wait, I wanna see it. Yeah, I don't know how much of it is him just making this decision, but when you look at his perspective, like, look at this. He's close to blink, and then he sees CM TPing bot, and then he's like, fuck it, I'm buying to farm.
Sure.
See it?
Yeah.
It makes some sense on his part.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna say it's gonna happen this game, but if you, instead of doing this, if you buy smokes here, and then you start running towards SF, in my bracket, this usually means that he's gonna get the blink.
I think for some reason I'm stuck in a way of thinking that it's like I'm really worried about not letting Drow farm on the lane and letting the enemy farm there. But I think what you said before about when I go somewhere else, they can rotate. We get the rune in mid if I was there right now, things like that. We did it anyway, but I think I think I overestimated the value of Drow standing here and farming like all the time, exactly 100% in the lane against the other things I can achieve on the map.
Yeah, because there's calculation to be made. So this Drow is allowed to hit creeps, maybe if you're here. But then, if she's not allowed to hit creeps here, right? If you're not there, she's allowed to hit creeps here, here, here. So it's not like she's getting and not getting anything. She's getting like 70%, which is still fine. And if the Weaver rotates here, it doesn't really fucking matter if you're here or not. They will just dive this guy with repel, right?
Yeah.
But you not playing towards the SF makes this guy play towards farm.
Yeah.
Which could be fine. I mean, you won the game in the end, right? But I think with a blink dagger, you have, even without the blink dagger, imagine you go somewhere, you smoke this SF, and then you frostbite whoever he wants to kill. And then he casts the ultimate, and then you cast the Nova, and you just get any kill you want.
I think this is a good example of me not realizing how much me plus the mid laner can do when the mid laner is in a good position.
As I said, this is the easiest way to win the games. Snowball your mid lane.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're gonna have an idiot on the mid lane. Sometimes you're gonna lose it so hard it doesn't matter if you do this. But in 60-70%, that's the easiest way to play the game. Just snowball your mid lane and then go from it.
So if okay, we did kill the sniper, but like
Yeah.
just killing the sniper isn't like super good here, or
I mean, it's still super good. Because,
maybe it's more because of his mistake than anything else.
You know what? So, in Dota, there's are not like definitives. I can
Sure.
tell you all the things that I would do, but there's not much of a difference between us. It's like 3k, right? 3k, 4k. So, things I'm saying could be completely wrong. That's the thing. Like, maybe 15k MMR player just comes here and tells me, dude, you're talking shit. This is a good play. Maybe. But there's a reason why I'm 10k. I'm basing my decisions on what I'm thinking right now. And
Yes, sure.
so I
But
think you playing towards this SF, and the most important part is your TP is useless here. Completely useless. Because I don't think you need to use the TP, right? Yeah, you're like chilling there. You can run there as well. I mean, in the end, you get the kill, right? So you're the right here. You're in the right. But maybe if you smoke this SF, maybe you get this kill and then you get the rune. And then you
yeah, maybe
TP the
maybe
sniper.
yeah, exactly. Maybe I already or almost already killed somebody like with Shadowfiend at this point.
Dota is the game of efficiency, and that's
yeah,
very
exactly.
important part.
Exactly, and like probability. So maybe now my chance of also killing sniper after doing something with Shadowfiend goes down a little bit, but he's probably just gonna stand there even a little bit longer after that. Especially if he sees me on another lane, he's gonna stay there.
Because
And also, I would like to say that I TP'd there before Rubik was there. So if Rubik doesn't come, we don't have a kill.
yeah. Because right now I'm watching this, and I will tell you what's gonna happen. You see the map right now, right?
Yeah.
You TP there. What are the chances that Weaver is not there? What are the chances? Where does Weaver want to play right now?
It would make sense for him to be here, yes.
Yeah, it makes sense, right? He's not there, but it makes sense for him to be there.
Yeah.
Because they have catapult, right? His support. So he should realize that I'm supposed to pressure this. They have Drow. They cannot save. And I'm supposed to play here. Because if I play here and we dive the tower, we kill the Drow that is here, we get the tower. And can you save the Drow here? If the sniper and Omni Knight are there? No.
No.
He's not supposed to. He's supposed to be there, but he's not. So in the end, it turns out to be right play. But imagine this: you TP there, and the Weaver is here, and he's just like, he knows that he scans, right? He knows the Drow is here. He's using bugs, and then our CM is here. He gets a freebie as well. Because they are supposed right now to put a pressure on this tower. They have catapult for some reason, 12 minutes. They still have it. So they are, and they know that the Axe doesn't want to rotate here. And they see SF, and the SF has nothing. So they are like, we want to pressure this tower, and then we probably get the Drow kill. And then CM appears, and they kill you and CM. You and Drow.
It's a good position for them. To my defense, Drow, Weaver was showing on the minimap, but I don't think I noticed it.
No. That's the point. Like, I'm watching them up here, before your TP.
Yeah.
That's what, I mean, he's showing, yes. He's showing after that. Okay,
Like
he's showing
right.
Here.
No, right. Yeah.
But it's smart for him to even TP there and just die.
Sure.
So I know it's kind of overwhelming sometimes, and that's the difference between like the best players and like players that are decent. But in Dota, there's so much thinking. In my channel, I'm trying to break down the Dota into concepts that are easy to understand.
Sure.
So in a game, so when you start thinking during the game, it's way easier for you to understand some things. Because if you start overwhelming yourself with hard questions, it's very fucking hard. It takes you more time, right? So like the gradient concept. You play the game, and there's like, you start thinking, do I pull here? It's like, okay, I'm against this and this. do they kill me? Do they kill my carry? Grading is easy. Here is good, here is bad. And that gives you more brain time to think about other things. Like this one. Is this TP good?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I personally don't think it's good based on everything we talked about so far. But yeah.
I don't think this TP is good. And this kind of thing you can do when you're running somewhere. So you're like running towards safe lane, mid lane with the smokes. Maybe your SF buys the Yasha right now, right? And then you start running towards him. I will show you this. This case. You start respawning, you buy smokes, you start running towards the SF. Here. And then you see him buying Yasha. Right now. And then you're like, okay, this guy wants to farm, Axe wants to farm. Right now, I TP bot. After that. Or you're like, you try to kill this guy. Okay, right now, instead of TPing right away, you see Weaver, like right now. He shows up on the mid lane. And you're like, Rubik, Weaver is not there, Monkey is not there, Doom is not there. We can kill Sniper. Go TP.
Yes. I think that's not something I don't think about enough, like basing my decision on like the information I got on the minimap on where everybody is and what that means in terms of where I can gank.
Yeah. I know it's really hard. And the worst part is it's really hard for me to help people with that. Because some concepts I can explain, But this is 100% using the brains.
Sure.
And not everyone is gonna be able to use so think in a way like this. But if you're here and you're asking the questions, right? I think you have the capability to do that.
Sure.
Because you just need direction. You already think in a way. But sometimes you don't think enough. Sometimes you're just plain wrong. But you're in the right path to do that.
Sure.
So our session makes sense. Because sometimes, I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, some people just pay me for a session, right? And they're like, they think that if they pay me money, they will actually gain MMR. And I can do my best. But I can show you directions, but it's not like I can change your whole playstyle.
No, I know.
Yeah. But as long as you use those informations, that's gonna be useful for you in the long term. Because I could be talking about, I made a video on it as well. I went to 10K from 4K, and I had different coaches. Like, a lot of them. Like, at least 10 of them, I would say. And I had coaching sessions with players that are way better than me. And there are coaches on YouTube. I don't want to name them. It doesn't matter, right? And I paid for the session, and they are telling me, dude, you're not supposed to TP with Furion like this. And I'm like, did I pay just like $25 for it? Like, I know I fucked up with the TP. Like, that's stupid. And then I had session with Eki. You know who Eki is?
No.
He's a pro player. He was playing for I can't remember the team. He's playing in tournaments right now. He's Polish player, just like me. And this session was actually eye-opening for me in terms of Dota, but also coaching sessions. So he's like watching me, and I'm like, usually people ask me, okay, what's your problems, etc., etc. And this guy is just like, I go into the session, I'm like 7K more, and he's roasting me from the first wave. And I'm like, this doesn't really have impact, right? And we're playing, so there's a Broodmother, and there's a Willow 5, and I'm playing position 4, I don't remember, Hoodwink, I think. And this guy's like, this Willow is here, you're supposed to hit the Broodmother, so why do you stand on this side? And I'm like, I can trade versus this Willow. And he's like, this doesn't fucking matter, just hit the Broodmother. She's very weak level 1. And if this Willow comes, she has to go through the creeps, and then you stun him, and then you hit him near the creeps. And I'm like, okay, this is already eye-opening. And then he's watching me teamfight, and he's saying, this doesn't matter. And I'm like, what, my spellcasting, what? No, you take the fights when you have numbers and vision advantage.
Mm.
and he's 15k MMR, right? And I'm like, this is so fucking simple. Why I don't understand this?
Mm.
And I'm like thinking, how do I lose the fight if I use my spells correctly? Do I use the spells correctly? And he's like, no, you have 5, they have 3, you fight. You have 3, they have 5, you don't fight. It's that simple. And the rest of it, it's on you. And then all the spell casting and all this shit, right? I'm 10k MMR. I don't think I cast my spells better than 5k MMR player. That's not the difference. The difference is not twice as much. It's the math movements. Coaching session has to be easy. It has to explain things you already like had in back of your mind. But sometimes it needs to be someone repeating them to you.
I think that's great. I think that's great, especially with how like I feel I lack a lot on position 5. Again, I'm like going through the essentials and going through what I should prioritize. Instead of prioritizing on details, I should prioritize on the most important things. That's great for me to hear.
Yeah, the way you can improve on coaching sessions, I teach you how to think. That's it. That's the most important part. Because I'm not gonna teach you how to spellcast or just like focus someone, you know. I need to. So the coaching sessions is never about like the abilities. It's about way of thinking, changing the way of thinking.
Sure.
And I could use a coaching session, another one from 15k MMR player, because I know for a fact that I'm doing something wrong. Because the way I'm playing right now, the games, are like, if I play against rank 4Ks and 5Ks, I feel like I'm a god in this game. Like, honestly, I feel like a lady in the kindergarten, right? I get to like move them around the map and it works every time. And then I go into a game with rank 500, not 5,000, but 500. The difference is huge. I'm like fucking lost. I have no idea what's happening. The tempo is so fast, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to improve that way. So that's the only difference when you reach the MMR like you are right now. It's not like the spell casting, all the shit. It's just in your brains, in your mind. What you're thinking is the difference. Let's get back to the game right now because it's getting crazy at this point. Maybe I'm just fluffing around, you know.
It was so interesting. I'm gonna die here, maybe. Oh. Okay.
Nice deep.
I still feel like I'm being a bit lost on the map right now.
Yeah.
Like that whole thing was me wasting time.
I mean, you have a big problem right now because you don't really have a hero that you want to play around.
Sure.
You have no axe yet. He doesn't have a blink. He's disconnected, by the way. So, but he doesn't have a blink. He doesn't have a blade mail. And then your SF is farming with Yasha, right? Yeah. So you don't really have a hero that you are guaranteed to play around and just have impact. That's the problem.
Yeah, but I guess I can't wait for this fight to happen.
Why does this work? Simple answer.
I feel like I had enough heroes allies there that I could enable.
It's so fucking simple, right?
Yeah.
You bring more heroes, you win the fight. It's like, it's not always guaranteed, you know. But that's the efficient play. You bring more heroes, you win more fights. It's that simple. Because there's like more people for you to like cast spells and shit. And it's not like they have a crazy timing. You bring 5 heroes to 4 heroes, you kill 4 heroes. Sometimes it's not that clear, obviously. Because at some point the ultimates and the BKBs come into play. But in this part of the game, it's very easy. You bring more heroes, you win the fights.
Yeah, I want to ask about something that was before. So I agree with everything you said right there. I'm glad I realized that and was in position this game. But at 14 minutes, should I try to go for our XP? Is that like not important because maybe it's certain that they will be there, so I shouldn't even try, or should I try?
I need to see the situation before that.
Oh right, I just keep it home. Okay, so maybe at this point I should have been there. I mean, before I tip it home.
You lost the XP rune there.
Yeah.
It's nothing you can do about it.
So, but if I walked towards it, would that be a waste of time because they were close to it already, so they were likely to have gone for it, or would it been worth it being at the XP rune?
I mean, if you're there at 14 minutes and they have 2 heroes, I think it's fine. Because, in a way, if you expect them to come, like, imagine this. You come here
Yeah.
at this moment, and then you scan here. And you know that they are coming. All it
Yeah.
takes is one TP from SF, and you get a kill and get XP rune.
Sure.
XP shrines are very important. That's the important part.
I think I can practice on actually communicating that in advance.
Yeah, as a CM, I don't think you will have many chances to invade the enemy rune at 7 minutes.
Yeah, I agree.
Because you're a slow hero that doesn't really offer anything other than the lane presence. Obviously, if you get a chance, go for it. If you kill enemy heroes, go for it. If you take the XP rune and you die for it, it's worth it.
Yeah.
That's what you need to know.
Okay.
You have gold, 2k gold advantage. You don't have SF blink, but you're gonna have it soon. And then you don't have Axe blink, but you're gonna have it soon.
So I should go in my team, go where we are more, maybe get some good ward in.
You know what? I will tell you what's happened. What's gonna happen. I see my SF doesn't have the ultimate, but he is a strong hero, right? So
sure.
Axe doesn't have a blink, and Drow is like, I don't like it. Basically, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
What I think should happen right now. I mean, this might work out, but what I'm expecting my team to do right now is just split and farm, because we don't have the ultimate on SF. We don't have blink on Axe, so we don't have 2 timings right now.
What was it? I who used that smoke? No, it wasn't. Okay. Because that I probably would have not.
Yeah, I don't like this movement. This might work out.
The only reason I'm there is probably, if I know myself, because they're there. But I don't want to fight more now.
I mean, this could be fine, you know, because you're moving towards the mid lane. So maybe I'm actually stupid. Maybe. Maybe if you get this kill and the tower, that's fine.
Okay.
Radiant's mid tower could use a hand. Radiant's mid tower.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell at this point. Yeah, because you're wasting time, right?
Yeah.
And the wave on bot lane is like big.
So then my instinct to split up and farm was okay.
I mean, what you're doing right now is what you're supposed to do. So
Sure.
you cannot make those decisions for your team. And you're a CM. So it's not like you're supposed to TP there and farm.
Yeah, I mean, if they had not, like, I do it now to enable them because they started it, but if they had not started it, it would have been fine of me to not go with them.
Yeah.
Or like, yeah.
That's the only part you need.
I could have pushed for them to split up and farm. I should just had to go with them this time because they started to do a thing. I had to help them.
Because there is a scenario that you see this happening. I'm not gonna tell you it's the right play because there's like no definitives, right? But you see this, so you go towards the mid lane, and this Axe for some reason is playing aggressively, which is stupid by in his case.
Yes,
but
it's pretty dead.
But I'm gonna do a video on this. But this kind of death, if it's you, it's very good. It's very good.
If it's me at position 5, you mean?
Yeah.
Sure.
Because right now you're asking to die. You're asking to die here, and not Axe, right? But what you've done is what this Axe is doing right now. He farmed one wave, he farmed the camp, he farmed the second wave, and then he's dragging away heroes from the lane you're pushing. So that's a good example of good death. As position 5. He's far away from Blink, so he shouldn't be dying. He should be farming, right? But imagine this. Perfect scenario for me is this. Axe TP's bot, because he doesn't want to fight, right? He's a weak hero. he has a huge wave here. It's possible that enemies are here, but then he doesn't really mind them that much because he has the blade mail, right? He TP's bot, your team does that, and you farm the top lane. And what does that mean? You die here, sniper TP's, Axe just farms there, but they are afraid to dive him as Doom doesn't have the ultimate, and your team gets the tower still. That's the perfect scenario. And look how it has you dying, right? And it's still a perfect scenario. Obviously, the way it could be done is you just getting this Nova here and just going back and forcing enemies to TP. But, you know, sometimes it's the sacrifice has to be done.
So
It's
it
like-
was okay, like, let's say they didn't use a smoke there, but just went together anyway. It would have been okay for me to just stay top and push that wave. To give them more space to do whatever they want to
Yes,
do mid.
if Axe TP'd bot.
If Axe tip it was okay.
Yes. Because this Axe is farming aggressively for some reason. It works out in the end, in a way that enemies are forced here. But I would argue the perfect scenario is you farming this, Axe farming this, and your team getting this. And then you
Yeah.
die in this scenario. But it's fine. You still get
So
the
that-
tower, your Drow gets
Yeah.
to farm this, or SF, Axe gets to farm this, and you still get to farm here. And you
'Cause that
obviously
could-
buy before dying, right?
Sorry.
Wait, what? I mean, this doesn't happen if you're not here, right? You have two heroes against one. It's easy.
Radiant's mid tower.
So you're right now you're in a chill mode. You want to farm, want to finish your timing, or your SF just finished the blink. So that's the time you wanna TP most likely. Sorry, smoke. You should be playing towards the SF, but then there's no room. He's dying there again. I don't like the fact he's playing so aggressively.
There was nothing I could have done about that.
Yeah. I mean, you can. You just play there. If you play
Yeah,
there
that-
and you
that-
die there, that means
that's what
he's
I'm
not gonna
asking.
show up there. Most
Would have been there in time maybe if right after the Monkey King kill or something.
No, I mean at the start.
I
but
should have.
when we are talking about right now, his death is his fault. It's not your fault.
Okay. So I couldn't have stopped
Yeah,
Axe
no,
from dying
no.
there. Okay.
What you're doing right now is fine.
Out that bottom tower.
Okay.
I would like you to have a smoke, but you don't have a smoke in your. You cannot buy it, so. In a way, your timing of SF Blink is wasted. There's
Sure.
nothing you can do about it at this point.
I bought a smoke to kill Sniper earlier in the game. Maybe if I didn't buy
Yeah,
that
you
smoke.
used 2 smokes here, yeah, and then you used
Yeah.
the smoke to hit the mid tower. You wasted 3 smokes basically. Actually, no, you wasted 2 smokes. One of the smokes that you killed the sniper was fine, but you didn't need to use 2, and then this smoke was useless, completely useless.
Yeah,
and
but
that's it. You have to smoke.
I'm but I'm only responsible of that
Yeah.
one smoke I used.
Not your fault.
Well, it's my fault I used the smoke. mid,
Yeah, but it doesn't really matter. At this point of the
Sure.
game, it's fine. Just make sure you use the next one.
Sure. But that's kind of interesting to hear, like, oh, it's kind of okay to play shield right now because
Yeah.
yeah.
It's kind of
But-
okay, but on the other hand, right now your SF has a blink, right?
Yeah, I feel like I should have be with Shadowfiend.
Yeah,
For
I would
sure,
much
now at
rather
least.
you use the ultimate with the SF. I mean, sorry,
Yeah.
SF using ultimate with your help, and then going back to farm until Axe has blink.
Sure.
And
So even
that's
without,
basically the same, but it gives you like 1 kill or 2 kills.
so even without smoke, I should be playing around Shadowfiend right now.
I mean, especially right now. So the strong hero for them is Doom, right? But he doesn't have the ultimate, so he's not gonna be fighting. He's
that's
not
true.
supposed to be fighting. So the second hero on the network chart is SF, and he has the ultimate, has the blink, so he has very strong timing, and you should aim to use it. And in a way, you enable him to do that because you have the stun and slow, and even a glimmer cape. So you can like glimmer cape this guy, and he gets to walk in and just cast his spells.
So maybe in the same way before when we smoked and Shadowfiend didn't have ultimate and Axe was low, that was kind of bad for us to be too aggressively or try to look for too many kills instead of just farming. I mean, that's an idea at least. And then in the same way, now because Doom has the cooldown on his stuff, even though we don't have a smoke,
Yeah,
and we have a blink on Shadowfiend, now it's kind of good because we have that advantage with Doom
yeah,
ultimate.
and Doom doesn't have the ultimate. So
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Sometimes it's hard to like calculate those things, right? Because imagine this: you have this scenario, and the Doom has the ultimate, like exactly right now. Is it the right play to go to smoke right now? Maybe. I'm not gonna tell you yes or no. Maybe, because maybe you run to 5, they have all the spells, and you don't have blink on Axe. But maybe you see someone here, and then you get a solo kill, like a single kill, right? Then yeah,
Sure.
it's a good idea. You have very good vision. That like it's a very good vision for you to smoke to, either this one or this one, right? But right now you only see Doom, and the reason for that is this wave is here, so no enemies will push it. Imagine this wave being here, so that's why it's important for you to push the waves. Because right now,
Okay.
if you push this wave here, obviously it's like it's impossible at this point, right? But if you keep the lanes pushed out, and the lane is here, and you have this ward, you can. I'm guaranteeing you that someone will show up here, and then if you smoke as 5, the most heroes that you can have here is 4. And we are talking about it. More heroes, you win the fight, right? Even without the Axe Blink.
So should I prioritize pushing the waves first, or should I prioritize, oh, Doom doesn't have cooldown, so now we can kill him?
Like right now, okay, you don't have a smoke right now. You
Sure.
see SF farming, there is no reason for you to go towards him right now if you don't have a smoke. I'm
Sure,
pushing
but
this way.
But if we had a smoke, Doom had cooldown on the ultimate, and but the lane was pushed into us, should I
Smoke, yes.
smoke? Okay.
Yes. In this case, yes. I mean,
The diamond.
so sometimes the problem is the smoke is way too obvious. But in this case, I wouldn't say so. This lane is pushed in, and this lane is pushed in. So you not defending this is completely understandable from the perspective of you playing them up. Because you cannot have 3 lanes pushed in. It's very hard. Maybe you can, but it's very hard. So imagine this. 3 lanes of yours are pushed in. Like it's here, and it's here, right? Then you smoking is griefing because it's so fucking obvious. But if you have 2 lanes pushed in as your team has it, it's fine for you to smoke. Because it's not that obvious. Because this,
I like that idea.
yeah, if you control 2 lanes, it's fine. It's very hard to play on 3 lanes. But if you control 2 lanes, it's perfectly fine for you to smoke. And especially with wars like this.
Radiant's
Those
bottom
are very
tower
good
in a
wards for
pretty
you.
sight right now.
I think I need simple ideas like that. Oh, I should push 2 lanes. I know it's not always true, but
2 lanes. 2 lanes.
yeah,
You push 2
because
lanes,
then
you can smoke.
if
You
I
have-
practice that enough, I will have that like in my instinct. So even when it's not good, I will know the difference.
Because again, we're going to this point. Maybe you have 3 lanes pushed in for your side and you smoke and you get kills. Maybe. Or maybe you push 2 waves in, like right now, and enemies know about the smokes. Maybe. Because it's obvious, right?
Sure.
I mean, not obvious, but they will realize you're smoking. Maybe.
Mhm.
But we're talking about percentage play. So
Yeah.
if you have 3 lanes pushed in and you smoke and it works out, I would say you had 10% for it to work out in your bracket.
Yes.
And on the other hand, if you have 2 lanes pushed in and it doesn't work out, I would say it's like 15% for you to not work it out with this vision. But 85% then you're gonna succeed. So that's what you're aiming for. Because as support, you're not gonna win 100% of the games.
Yeah.
But if you maintain 70% win rate, that's like huge, right? So you work around the percentage. And then it's educated guess if you have a good chance or not.
That makes sense.
That's just bad place for enemies to fight, honestly.
Yeah, but I don't know where I'll ultimate it, but yeah.
Is he waiting for a fucking last hit? Holy shit.
2 down.
I'm just gonna say as well, like when you have heroes like Axe, or Legion commander, it's very important for you to save the smokes for their blink reveal.
Sure.
So it's like you don't waste
That's
the
really
smokes.
good to know.
Yeah. So they get to snowball their heroes because they bought the blink and they need the kills. And the
Yeah.
worst thing that can happen is you get a blink on Axe and you don't get kills in 5-6 minutes.
Yeah. That's probably super impactful if I do that every game, both on Shadowfiend and on Axe this game.
This is getting completely random at this point. Why this doesn't work out?
I feel like we used all our resources and they were spawning, so they were more than us.
Yeah, it's simple, right?
Yeah.
You're answering the right questions. I don't need to explain it to you. You know the answer. You already know the answer. So I don't need to point out the mistakes or spell casting and all this shit. They respawn, they will have more heroes. In area they can TP too. It's simple. That's why it doesn't work out.
If I do the exact same thing but stay at a further distance closer to our base, would that be fine?
No.
So I can just glimmer someone and
No.
it's
I don't
better
think so.
just to leave them all together and let them do their stupid shit.
Right now I'm watching this. They have 3 heroes, you have 3 heroes.
Yeah.
You have a decent timing on your Axe, right? But SF doesn't have the ultimate. So you have 3 heroes in area, they can have 3 heroes right now, but in 10 seconds it's 4 heroes. In 10 seconds now, it's 5 heroes. Just abandon it. Glimmer,
But
run, run.
Yeah. At this point, I mean, earlier than this point, I should have communicated, let's get back, and then I would have just left them. And
Because you
hopefully
have the
maybe
objectives, right? You can like,
they
go ahead.
they probably feel less secure if I'm not there, so they're more eager to retreat if I'm not there.
Yeah, I mean, you have to be calling that.
Yeah.
But you see them like... Well, I'm gonna tell you. What you can do here is like... Okay, this is getting stupid. I'm running for the experience. Here. I don't even watch it. At this point, it's getting stupid. I just run there, right? You get the XP. It's getting stupid. And this axe is getting baited. And you save your essence. And then I stand here, I take the XP, I take our XP. And I farm here. And my SF dies. Doesn't matter. My axe is alive. My Rubik is alive because he doesn't connect. I am alive. SF dies, but it's still fine because you stole the double XP run. And it's only his fault that he's there at this point. Or maybe he's smart enough to just TP away.
Yeah, exactly. And that's a great way for me to kind of zoom out a bit and not be too focused on what's happening in the small picture and see the big picture. I think I need to do more
Always
of that.
look at the big picture.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it's not gonna happen every time because it happens to me as well. But if you start thinking about the big picture like 70% of the time instead of 30, that's good enough. Because it's gonna be way easier for you to look at the games. That's what I'm talking about, right? If I play the games with the 5k ranks, it's getting so easy for me. Because I'm the only one that is looking at the big picture. Or maybe not the only one. But it's way easier for me to look at the big picture. Because if I'm playing support and I'm 10k MMR, like, and there's enemies have a carry that has 10k MMR carry, right? So in carry to carry matchup, which is the most important part, right?
Yes.
They are supposed to win. But in a way, we're winning the game because I bring the strategy. Maybe I don't bring the, farming abilities and all that shit, but I bring the strategy better. So maybe we have 8k carry, but he has 10k strategy. And on the other hand, they have 10k carry, but 8k strategy on the support. And sometimes that evens out. That evens out in the end, right? So it's not like... So if he hits the creeps better, he's supposed to win 100% of the games, right? But they win 50%. Why? Because in half of the games, we managed to outplay him with the strategy.
Yes.
Even if he hits creeps better, he has better timings and, farming patterns.
And I think I should utilize what a support can do. Like maybe as someone who has played a lot of carry, I should try to utilize more the bigger picture and more this kind of thoughtful plays instead of being too mechanical about it.
Yeah, playing support is all about the big picture.
Yeah.
It's, I'm telling you, I improved from 4K to 10K, not in the mechanic way. I don't think I'm better, like at all. Single percent. I'm not better. I'm not using quick cast. I'm like old player, you know. I'm not better at clicking the items. I didn't improve on that. But I did improve to a point that I'm like playing in a very high bracket. It's all about big picture, honestly. All about. You have a big timing, you have all the ultimates, you smoke into 5 heroes. There's no way it doesn't work out.
Well, I'm not smoked, but Andro is
Yeah,
showing
this is
now.
a decent bait.
Good.
Okay. This is where the spell casting comes in.
Yeah.
I think there was some fuckery. Your
I don't.
SF didn't cast
I
the
don't
ultimate.
think about repel enough, and I don't think about position myself to help save someone with glimmer enough.
I mean, you're the backline support. You have to play in the backlines.
Sure. Exactly.
That's it. There's not much to say about it, though. I'm surprised, honestly.
Radiant's bottom tower seems to Radiant's bottom tower
I just want to see the moment where they fuck up. Fighting the Aegis. Get problematic. Works out in the end, I would say. Get a pick off. Because again, you have 2 heroes versus 1.
Yeah. They stayed too long, like we did.
Your draw is getting strong at this point of the game. And you're against Doom Carry, which is...
So, for example, here me staying bot, was that okay?
Like right now? No, later on, right?
Like after we got that kill with the guy who was off position, like now.
Like right now.
Should I-
If you push out
should I
this wave,
take it?
yes. If you don't, no.
Okay. Okay.
Like even using Nova, like one Nova is fine.
Yeah.
And then connecting to the team.
I'm worried about like leaving my team alone too much.
Yeah, this was fine. It took you just 10 seconds though. Yeah, this is
Okay.
completely fine, but took you 10 seconds too long. I think we've done enough on this session. I just want to show you, because I'm quite sure what's gonna happen in the fight that you're gonna.
Sure.
Dire's top towers get beat down. Lost one of them bottom towers.
Oh, I missed the moment. Okay, I'm watching your view. They get a kill, but they have no ultimate on Doom. Get a decent initiation.
Yeah, but I'm not there though.
Yeah. No brave stand. One hero. second hero. Your Drow is allowed to kill people. Your Drow is allowed to kill people. That's all needs to happen.
Yeah.
Okay, do you have any questions? Like, after all of we talked about?
No, I think you explained the important parts, and there's just so much I don't know as support that I'm just glad having written down the things like thinking about playing just in the lane and right clicking them a lot, and thinking about the blink timings and playing with Shadowfeed and Axe more, and yeah, on all the more general stuff you said, like being more heroes than them.
Yeah. You've made the notes, but so for the start, the site on sorry, the series on my channel called Simple Dota is all about it. So it breaks down things so you can think about them in the game in an easy way. So that's the start. I suggest watching it and just getting used to it. And then after that, green dots. You have the green dots on your heroes, strong heroes, you use them. And then after you've used them, then you go back to farm. It's that simple.
Yes.
And then you think about the timings that your team has. Usually the first timing that your team has is 6-minute rune and your mid laner ultimate.
Right, the rune too.
And then usually it's the 8-minute rune as well. Because most of the time you're gonna have the ultimate again on the mid lane. Like Quop, Pack, I don't know, Storm refills his mana, you know. All those things, right? And then you just think about the next timing you have. Maybe that's your ultimate at this point of the game. Maybe you're playing a Witch Doctor or a CM even, right? And then you use your dot, green dot, and then you go back to farm. Or you use the another timing. It's all about the timings after on. The mid game is all about timings. And if you realize that you need to use the timings, then you need to ask yourself, how do I use that timing? If I have a blink on Axe, maybe I smoke him. Or maybe the enemy have stacks. So I place a ward there, and then I smoke there. And I use the timing to take the stacks, or kill the hero that is farming stacks. And if you hit enemies much, and you use the timings, sky is the limit. And then it's about all about it, like until the 14 15k MMR. It's game understanding and the tempo, and that's the biggest difference between 6k player and 15k player. Game understanding and tempo. If you keep up the tempo and you pressure more, you're gonna win the games. If you're gonna have any questions after that, you can send them on Discord. I'm happy to answer anytime.
Yeah, I appreciate this session. It taught me a lot.
Yeah, I think it was a very good one. So it's most likely ending out on YouTube. So you can say hello to everyone.
I don't care what people think about me. That's
yeah,
fine.
I mean, I think your questions are brilliant. Like, I think the session was very good because you seem to have very good game understanding, and that's why it's very easy for me to explain things to you, because I don't need to repeat every single word. It's easy for you to understand. You just need the direction, and hopefully this session gives you enough direction to climb MMR. And just let me know about your journey from now on.
I'll keep you updated.
Yeah. Thank you. See you.
Thank you. Take care.